62. Southeasterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Overcast tonight, chance for rain 51. Clear skies tomorrow, chance of rain. High temperatures reach up to 70. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Right now, it's 30 degrees.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. Amid concerns surrounding the federal government shutdown and freezing of funds for many programs, food insecurity and questions about access to quality foods are needing answered. As of November 1st, SNAP benefits or food stamps have not been reloaded, potentially leaving millions of Americans fending for their next meal. For those with existing balances, those dollars will remain usable until the spending limit is met. In Christian County, a growing number of resources are available to the community for needed food items. During deer hunting season, if you secure more than you might be able to eat, the Illinois Deer Donation Program is happy to take that extra amount to put to good use. Possibly the best resource available comes from the University of Illinois Extension with their Find Food IL community food map. Simply type in your city or zip code, and this tool will present you with all available food options to fight food insecurity in your area. For more information on the Find Food IL community food map, visit this link. It's eat-move-save.extension.illinois.edu /$food-finder. Anyone interested in donating additional processed deer this hunting season can learn more at extension.illinois.edu /food-donations. Illinois has earned an A grade on the Shared Hope International Just Like Me report card, a dramatic improvement from its previous F rating. The jump comes after the state passed the Illinois statewide Trauma-Informed Response to Human Trafficking Act, which standardizes how agencies respond to and support survivors of trafficking. Illinois is now one of only 3 states in the nation to receive an A grade and ranks second overall for its policies on supporting survivors. Governor J.B. Pritzker says the new ranking shows Illinois is leading the way in combating human trafficking and supporting survivors. He says the new law creates a coordinated multi-agency effort using trauma-informed strategies to identify and help those impacted by trafficking, ensuring the state's most vulnerable residents are protected and empowered. The legislation, known as Senate Bill 2323, was signed earlier this year. It establishes uniform policies, screening tools, training, and protocols across state agencies, law enforcement, and social service organizations. Much of the focus is on providing consistent care for survivors and improving coordination among agencies. Illinois State Police Director Brendan Kelly, who also chairs the state's Joint Human Trafficking Work Group, says supporting survivors helps law enforcement be more effective in bringing traffickers to justice. Kelly called trafficking, quote, a modern-day form of slavery, and said survivors are more willing to come forward when they know resources are available to help them rebuild their lives. The groundwork for the new law was developed by the ISP and the Illinois Department of Human Services, which led the Joint Human Trafficking Working Group. That group includes more than 60 partners, ranging from state agencies and prosecutors to survivor advocates, social service providers, and healthcare professionals, all working towards a unified response. The act also expands screening for individuals in state care, including those in the child welfare, juvenile justice, and correctional systems, to help identify victims of trafficking. It requires training for inspectors and regulators who may encounter trafficking in high-risk industries like restaurants, hotels, agriculture, and construction. To strengthen law enforcement's response, the act calls for new training standards and investigation guidelines focused on human trafficking detection and victim support. Illinois State Police have also launched the Illinois Trafficking Enforcement Group, modeled after the state's drug task forces, to target traffickers while partnering with health and community organizations to provide trauma-informed support for survivors. Officials say millions of people are trafficked each year across the globe, including in Illinois. If you suspect someone is being trafficked, you're encouraged to contact the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 888-373-7888. or text 233-733. You can also find resources online at humantraffickinghotline.org or email isp.crimetips@illinois.gov. And this portion of your expanded local news has been sponsored by First National Bank in Taylorville.
The holidays will be here before you know it, and you always need more money to take care of all the gifts Santa is giving. Mackenzie Vaudry here, Universal Banker at First National Bank in Taylorville. We have several loan products from our home equity line of credit to consumer loans and even a Christmas Club account to take care of Santa next year. Stop by and visit with me, Mackenzie, for the money you need this holiday season. First National Bank in Taylorville, first every time for 70 years, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to your expanded local news. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library has arrived at the Taylorville Public Library. Several hundred kids have already enrolled and have books in their hands thanks to this revolutionary program. The price tag for the library to host the Imagination Library is steep, so they are calling on the community to help support the cause. Erin Cromit, Program and Outreach Manager for the Taylorville Public Library, says while she appreciates the high interest in the program, it does add to their expenses.
Any child from age birth to 5 will get free books every single month if they sign up. And we brought it to Christian County. It costs about $5,000 a year. So we secured the first $10,000 for the first 2 years. But the amazing news is we've already had 362 children in Christian County sign up for this. So to be real, we're almost out of money. So we're good for those kids, but we want to be able to support more kids and we want to be able to keep this thing going. So we really, really would like people to donate. We had Fur Love come in and generously donate $250 recently, and Judith Robinson donated $100. So, any amount helps, even $5, any amount that we can give to help get these free books in kids' hands is, very welcomed and appreciated.
If you want to donate to the program to help keep it running, there are many ways to send in money. The library will also host fun events to help raise funds.
I'm thinking we might have some kind of, I'm not sure yet, but we'll have details soon. In December, we will have some kind of programs where you can come in and make some custom-made tumblers or bags or things like that. And there might be a small charge for that to pay for the products, and I'm thinking that maybe those would be a donation for the Imagination Library. Okay. So just look out for something like that. You can come into the library, you can call us, you can send us a check. Anything you could also do. We are partnering up with the United Way in Decatur. Those are they're the people who helped us bring it here. They match funds, so you can donate straight to them, or we have some slips here at the lobby in here at the library, so you can fill that out and do it that way, or you can just bring in a check or cash. Any amount helps.
The library would like to see enrollment increase, including from other towns, but that also requires the funding needed to support their involvement.
Well, I mean, to be real, I think we're going to be okay no matter what. We will get the books in these kids' hands.
Okay.
But to be realistic, that's almost all the funding. So we really need to get new funding in here.
Okay.
So all those kids who've already signed up are secure, but we want to continue it and make sure that they get the books, from preschool all the way to kindergarten. And we want to make sure we keep this thing going. So we're kind of getting a jump start on, asking for donations and trying to raise funds. We had, let's see, I'm just give you a little breakdown. We had 202 children sign up in Taylorville alone. We've got Edinburgh at 20, Morrisonville 34. I'm just thinking maybe some of the Pana had 43, and I'm just thinking maybe some of these other cities would like to sign up some more of their kids too. So we just want to make sure we have the funds and that we can continue to do this.
Cromit is ecstatic about the reception of the Imagination Library so far. She adds that an initiative like this is necessary to foster better outcomes in literacy among youth in the area.
Personally, it feels wonderful. It's something that I support. One of my, core values to be able to support literacy and imagination and, just any kind of help that we can give and join together as a community to fund and to help each other with the things that we need. And professionally, it makes me feel wonderful. I know we're getting more and more people into the library, and we're getting more and more readers, which is great. But realistically, unfortunately, our literacy rates aren't the best at the moment. So, I mean, nationally and in our area. So I just think that the more kids that have these books in their hands, the more chance we have to improve those literacy rates, to improve our quality of life for our children and for everyone in the community. So it feels really good to be able to do this. It's just a tangible way that we can actually make the changes.
More information on the Taylorville Public Library is available at taylorvillelibrary.org. Aaron Crommett appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. Events in Pana are beginning to reflect the remaining months of the year. After 2 events not directly related to the holidays, the Kitchell Park Lights come on. All 3 plans have room for further involvement from the public, whether by registration, volunteering, or setting up as a vendor. The series of events have come about and evolved thanks to public input, and organizers hope this will contribute to added success. First up is the Pana Market. It's scheduled for this Saturday, 2 days from now, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Pana High School. Pana Pride is the organization responsible for this event and the others. Their president, Melissa Miller, says 51 vendors have signed up, which is around the typical number.
Joni's Express will be there from 11 to 1, set up to sell food as well. So we have quite a few vendors. It's a pretty big event. We've hosted this the last couple of years, and a good time to start your Christmas shopping for sure. We usually have quite a bit of vendors. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, comparison to the 51, but that's about average. It's a pretty big event. We've had a couple of people that had to drop out, I believe, this time around. So we had a few more, but we're down to 51, but 51 is still a lot of vendors. Yeah. So there'll be a lot of variety there, anywhere from, crafts, baked goods, small businesses selling, different things. So there's a lot of variety. And like I said, I believe they still got people signing up. So it's not even a done number, I don't believe.
Anyone who is interested in signing up as a vendor can email the organization at panapride2015@gmail.com. A week later, Pana Pride will host a Mother-Son Night. This event, set for Saturday, November 15th from 6:30 to 8:30 at Pana Christian Church on 6th Street, is meant to complement the customary father-daughter dance.
It's $30 for a mother and one son and $10 for additional sons. Tickets can be purchased from any member of Pana Pride. You can email us at that same email address. They can call me or text me. My number is 217-827-4288. They can also buy tickets at the door that night. We're going to have snacks, but I would say if you're usually eat early, you probably want to eat before you come. We'll have, I believe, cookies and different things like that, and drinks like lemonade, tea, water, that kind of thing, but no actual big meal.
Okay.
This is the first one of these we're hosting, so it's there may be some things we're going to want to tweak for the future ones, but we're playing it pretty close for Daddy-Daughter Dance, and that's usually what we do with it, and it works out pretty good.
After that, attention turns to Kitchell Park for the holiday lights. November 28th is when the lights will be turned on. Setup has already begun and will continue to work on the remaining weekends, and more volunteers are needed to help with the work.
We work Saturdays from 8 to 12 and Sundays from 1 to 5. Anyone who would like to come and help, we would love to have extra hands. Just show up. You don't have to stay the whole time. If you, Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, you're nothing to do and you want to head out and help for an hour or two, that's great. If you want to come the whole time, that's awesome as well. We recommend you bring gloves to wear, perhaps. If you have wire cutters or post drivers, that's fine too. We have some of those that we can help supply as well. But everyone is appreciated. It's appreciated by anyone who wants to help. We appreciate any of the help we can get. Let's see, I think Saturday and Sunday both, we had 7 people total putting up displays. So the more people we have, the faster we can get those up. We've got several hundred displays. We've had several new ones come in already this year. We bought a couple ourselves, Pana Pride did.
Paint Pride is accepting donations of displays for the park. They encourage community members to contact the organization to avoid any duplicates in the course.
You can also, if you know someone, like you can message me, text me, if you know someone who's, actively involved with putting the lights up, you can just text them, they'll get the message to us. And then we do have two sites that we do recommend to order from that are very good. And one of them has, and I don't know which one it is off the top of my head, but one of the sites currently has, or they did have a 30% off on some of their displays. So some of the displays are on sale, and they both do offer sales, periodically as well. I can give you those two. ChristmasDoneBright.com. There's no spaces. ChristmasDoneBright.com. And then the other one is ChristmasCottageLights.com. Again, no spaces. Christmas Cottage Lights.
More information on Paint Pride is available at paintpride.org. Melissa Miller appeared as a guest on the WTIM Paint Morning Show. The Illinois Department of Transportation and Illinois Department of Natural Resources are reminding the public to be alert for deer as we enter peak mating season, with their movements and the chances for collisions both increasing, particularly at dawn and dusk through December, says IDOT's Paul Wapple. The Illinois, in 2024, there were 14,436 crashes involving deer in Illinois. Of those, 13,373, so most of them, resulted in damage to property or vehicles, while 698 caused injuries and 5 resulted in fatalities. Now that Halloween has passed, many of us will be looking for seasonal employment heading towards Thanksgiving and Christmas. The Better Business Bureau says the time to get your application is now, but be careful of job offers that may seem too good to be true. As a seasonal employee, you can expect to work long, sometimes inconvenient hours, possibly including Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. BBB investigator Don O'Brien says you should be wary of job offers that do not require an interview. He says be wary of big money offers for small jobs, as this is likely just an attempt to steal your personal information and can cause trouble for you for a long time. And never work for a company before you are hired. This is mostly a precaution for online jobs, in quotes. Coming up next are obituaries, and they are sponsored by Sutton Memorial Home.
This is Chad Sparks.
When a loved one passes, grieving family members and friends often are confronted with dozens of decisions about the funeral arrangements. Sutton Memorial Homes in Taylorville and Nokomis have been helping families in the area for over 55 years with these often difficult decisions. They offer pre-planning, traditional funerals, and cremation. Austin and the staff at Sutton Memorial Homes' goal is to make your family's transition easier in their time of need. Sutton Memorial Homes, where caring is what they do best.
Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. 61-year-old Michael Dean Wicker of Taylorville died November 2nd, which was Sunday. Visitation is tomorrow from 10 till 11 at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. The funeral service will immediately follow. Burial will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 63-year-old Sandra Jo Brockamp of Greenlip, Illinois, died on Sunday. Visitation is this coming Wednesday from 9 till 11 at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. The funeral service will immediately follow. Burial will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 70-year-old Deborah K. Davis of Pleasant Plains died on October 13th, and the graveside service was held yesterday. 90-year-old Connie Sue Phelps Bingham Stewart of Powder Springs, Georgia, formerly of Morrisonville, died March 6th. A combination graveside service with Glenn Stewart will be on November 13th, which is next Thursday, at 11 at Morrisonville Cemetery with Veterans Honors and Masonic Rites. Funeral arrangements are being handled by a Sally Funeral Home in Morrisonville. 59-year-old Eric Lynn Hall of Tontitown, Arkansas, formerly of Taylorville, died October 29th. Cremation rights have been accorded, and an open house will be on November 8th on Saturday from 1 to 5 at the Casey Columbian Hall in Springfield. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Backstrom Pyatt Funeral Home in Springdale, Arkansas. 88-year-old Nellie Fleming of Rochester died October 21st. Visitation is on November 13th, which is next Thursday, from 10 to 11 at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. The funeral service will immediately follow. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 63-year-old Rhonda Corbin of Morrisonville died October 23rd. A celebration of life will happen on Saturday at Morrisonville American Legion in Morrisonville. Douglas Doug Scott Crawford of Taylorville, formerly of Kincaid, died on October 23rd. A celebration of life will happen on Sunday at 1 at the Funky Monkey in Taylorville. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. And 93-year-old Lyle Leroy Reller of Taylorville died on October 27th. A private service will take place at a later date. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Get local news anytime at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and every hour right here on WTIM, your only local news radio.
Here's Cousin Bill from Illinois Paving.
Do you have a long driveway out in the country? Is your driveway